Hey guys, so real quick, I left out, at least to me, it's a key component to my vlog that you're about to watch about tips or suggestions regards to Orlando International Airport. So there is this one thing that I don't do anymore and most probably won't. One of the things is the opportunity to gain contacts on a lot of different types of people and contacts from all over the world, your local area. And I don't mean so you can do things on the side and under the table. I don't mean for that. Just, maybe you meet somebody who is a carpenter or does home improvements. Maybe someone else is in the wine distributing industry and you are kind of curious about getting into some type of wine business. I've met a band that performs at Disney. I met somebody who did a presentation at the Epcot Food and Wine Festival that does organic wine in France. So you're meeting all these different types of people and to gain contacts, where versus this one thing that I don't or probably won't do anymore. Maybe you have the opportunity to meet the one. I mean, maybe you picked somebody up from a business conference, and now they just have a flight to catch. So, but to me, you're just giving yourself an opportunity of one to none of gaining lots of contacts, and just it's good to know people, right? And the other thing, which is I think really key, is you're not going to have the opportunity or gain the knowledge of different hotspots in your area. That just popped into my head when I was thinking of what I missed from this vlog. So again, why short yourself of opportunity? Maybe some people give them opportunity down at the bottom, and maybe this one thing that I don't do puts you here. But what about if you had, again, it's not guaranteed, but what if you had the opportunity to not even just be here, but to be here? Why not try to maximize your potential and opportunity? And that's what I'm going to be discussing. So enjoy my vlog. Almost said vlog. So let's do this. Enjoy it. What up, peeps and peepettes? No, I'm not wearing the Mickey hat. When I'm doing Uber and Lyft, it stays right on the dashboard. People still get to see it. So I wanted to go over some tips, suggestions, and what I like to do in regards to going to Orlando International Airport. There is a couple of things that I don't understand. Obviously, there's money to be made. I've tried it out quite a few times, but there's a couple of reasons of why I don't do it, why I won't wait in queue. One was an experience at the Tampa International Airport, and I don't think it could get any worse than what happened to me. If any of you had a situation that is worse or a similar experience, leave in the comments below. So it was my first time ever trying it, and I was, 117 cars in queue. So I guess technically I was 118. I wound up waiting like 2.5 hours. It was close to 3 hours, but let's say 2.5 hours. And finally got the queue to pick up. Got excited. It was the first one. And it turned out to be a local call. $5.36 for 2.5 hours. Are you kidding me? Right here, right now? But I'd said to myself, you know what? what are the odds of that happening again? So, you know, that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. So the next time I went, I think it was like 98 cars. I still waited about like 2 hours. I think I made about $28. So it's okay, you know. Then I moved down to Orlando, and similar situations. It definitely wasn't the $5.36, but it just seems like you wait such a long time. Even in prime time, you're still gonna wait like an hour and a half. I don't know. What's the longest you've waited? What's the shortest that you've waited in queue? You know, to me, you would have to wait like, it would have to be like 27 cars in front of you, and maybe you're only gonna wait like a half an hour. Here's why. There's been, let's take one scenario where I've dropped somebody off near where I live. It's maybe half an hour ride, and I think I make like $22. But with that also is that some of that is toll, so it may only be like $18. So I drop off, but I won't wait in queue. I'll come back and drive around. So, and I don't mean it in a rude way, but explain to me the point of waiting in queue. Is it the fact that you are finishing your shift for the day or night, and you figure that you guys or gals want to do a one last hurrah and just kind of like lay in the back and rest? You know, I mean, if that's the case, by all means. I just don't like the idea of potentially throwing away money. Okay, you have your engine off and you're not driving around and stopping at stop signs, you know, but you're not making money. So I'll give a quick analogy. For example, in New York on the ice cream truck, let's say there's an event going on and you're allowed to park there. You know, they know you or whatever the reason is, they allow you to park there. And in 4 hours, you can make $600. So you're making money while your engine is off. So yes, it makes sense to do that and stay in one spot because you're making money versus driving up and down the residential area. Maybe it's summertime and people are at the beach or barbecues, and there's not a guarantee that you're gonna make money. That, yes. But for me, again, please comment below your reasons of waiting in queue. Are you just waiting to smack one out of the park and hit a big home run? I just feel, I mean, even if you're going to, like, let's say Miami and you made $200, I mean, from here to Miami is what, like almost 6 hours, like 5 to 6 hours. And then are you going to stay there overnight and try to make money on the way back? So, long story short, I don't agree with it. Even waiting in queue at Disney, like, okay, you're gonna have people coming out in the bunches, but you're still waiting. You're still waiting. So that's time that you could be driving around the area. I'm not saying to drive for an hour and get nothing. Then yes, you're throwing away money doing that. So I'll drop off. I try to keep the app off until I'm maybe like 5 minutes away from the airport, because it seems a little buggy that even when you're back on the highway, it still thinks you're in queue. So you're not going to get any alerts because it thinks you're in queue. But it does bring up another point though, is here's another example. And I really don't get angry or annoyed, but this kind of rubbed me the wrong way. A couple of weeks ago, I was trying the overnight shift. So I was kind of like going to like 6 in the morning when I would finish my part-time job. So I would, from like 11 at night to 6 in the morning. And usually I'll get an airport call at like 4 o'clock. If I'm getting an alert at 4 in the morning, I know, okay, it's probably an airport one, and 9 out of 10 times it is. So this one time it was a little early. It was like 3:45, and I said, you know what, let me give it a shot. So I drove to the airport and waited in queue. I think that was the time it was only like 22 cars ahead of me. I figured, all right, I'm here a little early. So as I got to the fifth car, I was the fifth car in queue, I got like the meal delivery alert. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to accept that, you know. There's only 5 more cars. I'm the fifth car in queue. Why would I do that? So then another one comes in. I'm like, well, I guess somebody's hungry at this time. So anyway, I got booted off. I waited close to an hour. Maybe it was like 45 minutes. And I got booted off. And I'm like, what? I clicked it. I lost my queue. That, I was annoyed. I was really annoyed at that. So I just said, you know what, forget it. Went home. So that's why for me, I'd rather just drive around. So here's an example. We're like 8.5 minutes. Oh, I'm getting an alert and it's for a meal. 12 minutes away. Nope. No can do. I'll just decline that right now so I can pay attention. All right. So here's what I do, especially from Orlando International Airport. When I drop off, I go to the north ramp and I take 528 west to the I-4 west ramp, and then I get off at International Drive. It's only a few minutes away, and for example today, I think it was 10:45. Once I got off the International Drive exit, 10 minutes later, I got an alert. It was like the Sheraton Resort, and then it was going to Magic Kingdom. So I made like another quick $20. So let's say after tolls for the airport, it was 18. And then with this, there was no tolls. So, you know, so 38 bucks. 38 bucks. And then I made a quick one to, what was it? Pop Century Resort. So if you're looking to hit a big home run, why not give yourself an opportunity to make it? You know, so that's just what I do. You know, if you guys agree or disagree, please leave comments in below. What is going down there? I see a bunch of people coming off, so maybe I'll get an alert soon. But yeah, that's what I suggest. I would suggest not to wait in queue, depending what airport you are. But for me, in this example for the vlog, don't wait in queue. Get off one of the ramps and try driving around in another area close by. Another example why I don't, and it's all hit or miss. It's all hit or miss, but you are giving yourself the opportunity to make money rather than just sitting there and not making money. There was one time where, by where I live, I had an airport call. I left. I made it halfway back home. Another airport. Dropped off. Headed back towards home. Maybe it was only a quarter away, and it turned out to be to the Sanford Orlando International Airport. So that was like, what did that come to? I think it was $44. So $44 plus 17, and then the other one was 23. So, you know, just quickly after, so almost like 70 something dollars. That one was an hour to get to the Sanford Orlando International Airport. So let's say let's just round up and say 2.5 hours. So the 2 hours that you may sit at the airport to make, let's say, 30, you kind of see what I'm saying? You know, you're losing opportunity. That's what I feel. So long story short, going on to 13 minutes of this, don't wait in queue. Just don't wait in queue unless it's like I said, maybe 30 cars or less. What is your threshold? Is it 80 cars? You know, what is it? Maybe you can help me out, you know, because I've waited in prime time. It's not like I sit there at like 11 in the morning and expect to have people coming in and out of there. But yeah, all right. Anyway, I hope this helped any of you in any shape or form. Do not wait in queue. And peace on the earth be with you.